Welcome back. This is In Between the Lines with Jake and Jeff. Jeff, that's an ugly shirt you got on there.
What up? What up? What up? What up? No.
Hey,
Yeah.
before we get into that, I don't know if you watched it last night, but last night we saw history. Did you see the first father and son duo to play in an NBA game last night? What did you think of that? History.
Yeah, it was history, man. Hey, like I said before, shout out to LeBron and the James family. I think if we was in his shoes, we would absolutely try to do the same thing. Great thing that he got his son on the basketball court. That's all fine and dandy. I'm being serious. I'm not being sarcastic. It's a great thing, but I mean, the guy is still not that good, and in my opinion. So,
I just I thought it was funny that they brought. Did you see King Griffey Jr. and King Griffey Sr. were there as well to kind of
yeah,
compare it.
yeah, man. Hey, I, he made his son a millionaire. So,
You know,
I mean, I don't think he's gonna have this, awesome career in the NBA, but we'll see. Time will tell.
it was a. I've been reading some stuff about it today, and I guess my best way to sum it up is it was a manufactured history as far as I could see. I mean, it wasn't like King Griffey Jr. and King Griffey Sr. at all. You know what I mean?
No.
When that happened, King Griffey Sr. was a good player, but his son was an up and coming star that everybody thought could be one of the best ever. This is
Okay.
definitely not that.
Nah, it's far from that, man. I mean, the Lakers to me are a joke all the way around the board. And I can honestly say that the Lakers was always kind of like my second team behind the Bulls. Huge Magic Johnson fan, and Kobe. Oh man, I love Kobe Bryant. I mean, he up there with Mike to me. Very close. So I've always cheered for the Lakers, but not so much since LeBron James has been there. Like I said, I'm just not a LeBron fan by any stretch of the imagination. I just don't like him. I really don't. And since he's been there, I mean, the Lakers has just been a shit show.
They won the championship the year of the bubble. They won the in-season tournament last year.
Joke.
Well, Michael Jordan never won the in-season tournament.
Joke.
I read,
He's the
I
first
read,
person to win the in-season tournament. Oh wow.
I read something last year. I don't, I don't think it's real, but they had said that the in-season tournament was built for LeBron to give him something else to say, to
Yeah.
add to an accolade.
Yeah.
I don't know how true
Because
that
you
is,
could,
but
because your team is not all that great to make the playoffs, so they create this in-season tournament. Man, get. Well, I'm sorry. The in-season tournament. That's when is that?
they just
Is
it
that
kind of goes throughout the year. There's like certain games that are considered this is in-season tournament games.
the NBA is a joke. I mean, it really is, man. I don't know what they trying to do, but you know, they they pissed me off with this whole European style of play. Trying to incorporate all the European players inside the NBA, and this is the United States, man. Y'all got it. Y'all, they should be able to adjust to our game. We shouldn't be trying to adjust to their game. So I don't like it, man. I'm not a fan of it. I mean, you can't touch nobody. Everything is a foul. They want the All-Star game, man. These cats is putting up 200 points. They don't even try to win. They just trading baskets up and down the court.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
NBA
that announces
is a joke, man. You can't even play D. I mean, in the NFL, the one thing about the NFL is that when you get one of these innovative offensive coaches in, the defense always catches up. It may work for a year or two, but a good defense is going to find out how to defend it.
Yeah.
In the NBA, they don't want defense to try to figure it out. They just want, points to be scored. So I'm just not a fan.
Did you watch the game at all last night?
No.
Yeah. It was funny. One of the interesting things that even the commentators were kind of bringing up was that, Minnesota made it to the Western Conference Championship last year, and Lakers lost. Lakers lost either first or second round, but
First round.
Minnesota felt the need to actually make some trades and make some moves. Lakers didn't do anything different. And I read something too. I think it was Kwame Brown, which I mean he says some weird things too, but I think it was him that said that he doesn't even think that the Lakers are taking this serious just by the mere fact that they have Bronny James on that team. To him, that tells them they're not serious.
Yeah. I don't know, man. We got some time to get into the NBA, man, but Minnesota is not even the team that's standing in the Lakers' way. It's really Denver.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
And Murray is healthy this year. He's coming into the season healthy. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Because I mean they are a real problem, and that's the reason that Minnesota was able to eliminate them that last season because Murray was not 100%.
Did you see Denver picked up Russell Westbrook too this year?
What?
Denver has Russell Westbrook on their team now. They signed him this summer. You didn't see that?
Yeah, I think I did. Now that you mention it, that happened a while ago.
Yeah, it happened early summer. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's even. Yeah. I don't know why the Clippers didn't keep him, but yeah, that's. Oh man, Denver is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they play tonight or if they play tomorrow, but like I said, NBA season's here. I'm happy myself. I like watching it myself. I know you're not as big on it, and I understand your reasons why. But let's talk about something that is important, though. How about let's talk about that ugly ass shirt you're wearing?
Hey man, listen, man. Hey, I did not think that Illinois was going to dominate the game the way that they did. But they smoked them. Michigan just couldn't get any offense going. Shout out to Fighting Illini defense. When I thought they were going to get something going, Illinois, they regrouped and shut it down. But yeah, Illinois played a good game, man. I love Michigan, Jake. I do, but they just don't have it this year.
The most frustrating thing to me about it was the fact, like I said, yeah, we couldn't move the ball. I mean, we couldn't score. I said there was 2 drives in the second half where they moved the ball but got no points out of it. And I mean, we're talking about 12 minutes off the clock in those 2 drives with no points.
Mm-hmm.
But like the thing that frustrated me was Purdue, who is horrible, who's 1-6, 1-5. I mean, they put up 49 points and 500 something yards against Illinois the week before.
Yeah.
So to me, it's just like, Michigan's quarterbacks, the three of them combined have less than 1,000 yards total passing. It's like 898 yards.
Yeah, it's not good.
I think the only teams that have less yards passing than them are Army and Navy, who don't throw the ball. It's absurd, and I don't
And
even
they
know.
both ranked in the top 25, top 15 now, right?
Yeah, and I don't even know what to say about it, because there's issues in several spots on the team. It's not just one issue. Obviously the quarterback is a glaring issue, but when Davis Warren started after the second game, I was like, yeah, let's see what Orgy has. And then Orgy started a couple games, and it's like, well, let's see what Tuttle has. And then, Tuttle came in that one game and provided a spark, but he was absolutely horrible against Illinois. Absolutely horrible.
Right.
So I don't even know what to say.
I think they need a good quarterback coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do, man. I think they all can play, but they are missing something. They are missing a coach, and I believe that coach is in California. But if that coach had stayed, he would be suspended for the season. So they would still be going through the same. It probably wouldn't be this bad, but
it's bad.
Yeah,
It's bad.
yeah. That whoever that you said they promised somebody a red shirt.
Yeah, Jaden
need to-
Davis.
Yeah, he need to put the blue shirt on and get out there and play.
Well, here's the other thing about it, though. As far as the red shirt rules go, they could still play in 4 games and still be eligible for the red shirt. So,
Yep.
I have seen some buzz that maybe he might get some playing time in some of these next couple of games. But like I said, I really think they could lose to Michigan State this week. I really think they could.
That's gonna hurt, man. I truly hope they do not lose to Michigan State.
I don't even want to watch it. I'm going to, but I don't even want to watch it.
That game is in Ann Arbor this year too, right?
It's in Ann Arbor, which is at least a little bit of a saving grace. But at least Michigan State looks like they're playing with some passion. When I watched them play Iowa, and they beat Iowa, which blew me away. But every game that I've watched them, they're fighting. They have some aggression. They're going in there. They're making mistakes, but Michigan several times this year just looks defeated. Even in some of the games they've won, they've looked defeated, and it's just not the same team that we've seen the last couple of years, and it's frustrating.
But Loveland is clearly the star of the team, and they got something going with him, and I'm just like, I said, I know they're not about to throw down the same side again. I know they're not about to do that again. I know he just kept looking over there. I'm like, man, eventually you're going to throw a pick if you're just going to keep throwing to the same person on the same side of the field. And I'd be doggone, man. He threw a pick, when like I said, every time they got something going, they gave it away, or Illinois found a way to defeat it, to defend it. It's just, it was, as much as I was pulling for Illinois, it was hurtful to see how bad Michigan was looking. I'm like, man, these cats just won a championship. They fresh off a national championship, and this is this is the product that they put out on the field.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I won't be surprised if some of those, they have 4 players on the defense that are all projected to be first-round picks. I won't be surprised if they start sitting.
Yeah. What's the point?
Exactly.
I will play them in the. I'll probably play them in the big games. You got Michigan State. That's a big game, no matter what the record is. That's always a big game.
Yeah.
Of course, Ohio State. And they still got Oregon too, right?
Yeah, they got Oregon next week, and then at Indiana.
Where did they come from?
Oh no!
Man, Indiana is playing lights out.
Yes, they are.
I mean,
Yes,
they see. This is what I'm excited to see when the playoffs start, because it could be a team like Indiana that can pull off a major upset. There's no clear-cut favorite now to win it all.
No.
So this is, I think the playoffs this year is going to be fun. Fun to watch. And I'm going to be mad if I got to work on the good games.
Right.
Really,
Right.
man. So, yeah, Indiana can pull off something. Who else is Boise State, man?
Yeah. If it started today, Boise State would be on it.
Ooh wee, man! This is getting interesting and fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to my brother-in-law too, but there's some controversy already right now too. So, Army and Navy always play on a certain day,
Last game of the season. Yeah.
but it's after when the playoffs will be announced, which is interesting because they're both right in the thick of it, and if they both ended up, I mean, it's something that would normally it would have some type of implications on the playoffs, but the playoffs will be announced by that time. So I heard some people complaining about that, but
Go Black Knights! Go Black Knights! I'm pulling for Army. I was in the Army, man, so I'm a veteran. I tune into that Army Navy game faithfully every season.
I for some reason thought you were in the Navy.
Use a damn lie.
No, I really did. I really did think that you weren't. You were in the Army.
I was in the Army.
Okay. I would have bet $100 that you were in the Navy.
Well, go on and bet it. ain't nobody seen it yet. Go on and bet it.
Man. What did you think of those Illinois uniforms?
When I initially seen them, I was like, ugh. But when they went through they do a little clip on how they made the helmets and everything and went through it, and I seen a close up of it, I was like, man, them kind of sweet. I actually like the uniforms.
I liked them from the first moment I saw them.
Wow!
It was when I first saw them earlier that week. I was like, oh, those are sweet. And
yeah, I didn't see them until the day of the game.
Yeah, well, then I was reffing my Friday night football game with my crew. And they were all talking about how trash they were. And I was like, really? Am I the only one that likes them? And then we were at a friend's house watching the game, and then everybody at that house, that was the first time they had seen them, and they thought they were cool.
Yeah.
Like I did. I thought they were sharp.
Yeah, man. I thought they was really nice myself.
What would have been real cool is if Michigan would have wore some kind of throwback.
Right. Well. Yeah, man, you took the words right out my mouth. I don't know, because I don't remember Michigan ever wearing a throwback uniform. If they did, I missed it.
No, I don't know. I don't know if you remember when Denard Robinson was there. They had those ones that had like the yellow stripes going down. I don't know if those were throwbacks or not, but those were the same way. Some people thought they were really cool. Some people thought they were trash.
Yeah,
I was kind of mixed. I liked them, but I didn't love them. But they had the same helmets, though.
There's always this. I see it on social media a lot with Michigan. There's a uniform. I don't know if it's a concept or what, but it's all maize with the blue stitching, and I'm just like, man, are they gonna ever wear these uniforms? Man, those look pretty sweet. Have you seen that?
I haven't. I'll have to look at it.
Yeah, it's like the jersey is maize, the pants is maize, and then the numbers and the names on the back is all blue. And I'm just like, wow. The reverse of what you got up there on your wall, and it looks sweet.
Yeah, that does seem like it'd be sweet. Yeah, no, I haven't seen those.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, but
there's all kinds of trade rumors going on right now in the NFL. All
yes,
kinds
it
of them.
is. Yes.
And actually, one of the things that I've heard is an actual done deal is they said DeAndre Hopkins is going to the Chiefs. Did you see that?
Yeah, he's yep. It's a done deal. I
You know,
seen it when it broke earlier this morning from Adam Schefter. So
you know,
yeah, he is a chief.
you know, because
Yeah,
they've lost some of their receiving core. Just like I said, I think Juju Smith. What is his name?
Juju Smith Schuster.
There you go. Yeah, he's hurt for a couple weeks, and obviously Rasheed Rice went down for the season earlier this year. So yeah, they're hurting. So I
And
mean,
them
yeah,
cats are still 6-0.
yeah, they're
Yeah,
good. They're good. They're good.
with average play from Mahomes. I
Yeah,
mean,
I like
well,
this.
when a player break down here and there, he'll make something happen. But I mean, what he's doing right now is average at best.
He's just a winner. And you know what I mean? And sometimes
Yeah,
winning's not about stats. He's just a winner. He makes the plays when he needs to make the plays. Their
yeah,
defense is really good too. I mean, I don't think I think they had said that nobody scored more than 24 points on them, and like it's been like almost 20 games now.
yeah.
So I mean, he's got some help, but he makes big plays. He just makes big plays.
Another trade rumor that's going on right now is that the Bears are eyeing Miles Garrett.
I mean,
And
yeah, I've seen that. I've seen a couple teams linked to him.
hmm
I mean, I'm still seeing Lions linked to Max Crosby. I'm seeing Lions linked to Miles Garrett. I've seen something about, I guess, Cooper Kupp is on the trade block now. And they said
yes, he is.
Lions were in the market for him. I'm hearing Stafford to Minnesota. Have you heard that?
No, I haven't.
I've been
Matthew
reading that.
Stafford?
I've been reading that all day. That Minnesota and the Rams are in talks to trade Stafford to Minnesota.
I don't understand how that would benefit either team.
Well,
Minnesota is playing lights out with Stafford. I mean, I'm sorry, with Sam Darnold. And what are the Rams going to do at quarterback at that point?
yeah, I mean, I don't know if it would be like Darnold for Bradford
Nah,
with
I
some,
can't
some
see
picks or
that.
something like that. I thought the same thing. I thought it was weird. It didn't make sense to me for Minnesota to do that, like you said, because Darnold's playing well. Like I said, so I don't. I mean, just because you lost a close game to Detroit, who is a lot of people's Super Bowl pick right now. I mean, he played well. They were in that game. They could have won that game. I said, it doesn't make sense to me. It's to me, it's almost like go ahead and do it. I don't care. But
No,
yeah,
yeah, that don't benefit anybody, either team, in my opinion. But when is the trade deadline? Well, we got 2 more weeks.
yeah. I think it's that first week in November, like November 4th, November 5th, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, I think another blockbuster trade is going to happen.
yeah. Um, but watching the Minnesota Lions game, I mean, I was super happy with how Lions played that game, but it is very clear that we need to get a rusher. I mean,
Yeah,
Darnold had all day to throw, and like I said, and we're going to face some quarterbacks that are better than him. So, like I said, we need to get somebody. It might not necessarily need to be Max Crosby or Miles Garrett, but we need somebody back there.
yeah, because you can't give Caleb all day to throw. I'm gonna let you know that now.
Who?
You heard me right. You can mess around with it if you want to, but you can't give that boy all day to throw.
I ain't worried about Caleb. I'm worried about their defense. That's what I'm worried about.
The Bears defense?
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
I've said that all year.
it's not. I mean, you can count on one hand the seasons where you didn't have to worry about the Bears defense. That's what we known for. So
The other side.
yeah, If we can't hang our hat on nothing else, we can hang it on that. Monsters of the Midway, baby, bear down.
Well, I am interested in the Bears matchup this week against Washington.
Yes.
There's a couple things about it. For one, Jaden Daniels is hurt. He's questionable right now with his ribs.
Oh, he's playing.
Well, and like I said, I know we haven't got to our picks this week yet, but when we make our picks, it's going to have a little asterisk on it. Which, if Jaden Daniels starts, then I'm picking one team. If he doesn't start, I'm picking the other team. But that's the most exciting matchup for me this week if Jaden Daniels plays.
Yeah, that's actually a flex game because that was a 1 o'clock game and they flexed it to the 4:25.
Yep, I saw that. So I'm like I said, when I'm looking at that schedule, I'm excited about that game. It's an interesting one. So
It is. And whenever you want to get into that, we can go ahead and take those picks. It's some that may be the best game this weekend looking at the schedule.
So when I originally looked at that Atlanta Tampa Bay game, that one always looked good to me too, but Tampa Bay has big injuries this week. I mean, I think they lost Godwin and Evans this week.
Yeah. Evans is clearly not playing next week.
Yeah, well, and they said Godwin's had an Aiden Hutchinson type injury.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean they carted him off and had an air cast over him. So yeah. So yeah, I mean we can get into the picks. I finally went back and looked at all of our picks right now. So I have our overall records right now, and I'm pleased to say that I'm winning right now.
Get out of here, man! Ain't no way.
Oh, absolutely. It's close. I'm 19-8. You're 17-10. You had a bad week last week. I don't know if you saw that. You went 3-3 last week.
Oh, that's what did it last week.
Last week is what did it. We were all tied up going into last week, and you went 3-3, and I went 5-2. Or wait, not 5-2. I went 5-1. I went 5-1, and you went 3-3. So that's actually the difference is last week.
Okay.
So I've got the sheets right here. What games you want to
do? Okay, we got Vikings and Rams tomorrow night.
I got the Vikings.
I think that's a pretty easy one.
Yeah.
Vikings.
Yep.
And then Bears and Commanders. You already know where I'm going.
Yeah, you're going Bears. I'm going, like I said, this is, if we're allowed to do that. I'm not going to say if Jaden Daniels plays the whole game. I'm going to say as long as Jaden Daniels is starting the game, I've got Washington.
No.
What do you mean no?
You can't do that, man. You got to make a pick.
I don't remember this rule being discussed.
Hey, listen. Bettors have to pick a game. Got to pick a team now.
All right, I'm going Washington.
Vegas is not saying, well, if he plays, it's already a spread out there.
They changed the spread if they find out he's not playing. I guarantee you when they announce, like, if they were to announce on Sunday, because it's usually announced, at least an hour before the game starts. I guarantee you if he doesn't play, the spread changes. But in fairness, like you just said, though, I mean, but if somebody made the pick right now, they're stuck with their pick.
So who you going with?
I'm going with Washington.
Okay, all right. Okay. Eagles and Bengals. That should be kind of interesting.
Yeah, that is an interesting one. I'm gonna go. Ooh. It's in Cincinnati.
I'm going Bengals.
I'm going to go Eagles.
Okay. Titans and Lions. That's Lions is your team. We got to pick that one.
I'm going Lions.
I'm gonna go Tennessee.
You're sitting me right now.
I am. I'm gonna go Tennessee. That's my
I,
upset pick of the week.
I like it. I like that you're picking that.
I'm gonna go Falcons over Bucks.
I am too.
Let me see. You know what? I really believe that the Bills and the Seahawks is going to be an interesting one as well.
Yeah, I can see that. Do you like? It's in Seattle.
I like Seattle.
I'm gonna go Buffalo.
Okay. And the last one is the 49ers and Cowboys. 49ers are 3-4, Cowboys are 3-3. Sunday night game. It's talks that McCaffrey may play. Even if he doesn't play, I'm still going 49ers.
I'm going Dallas.
Ooh. All right, Jay.
There's a lot
Monday
of
night
differences this
game.
week.
Yeah. Monday night game is Steelers and Giants. I think that's pretty obvious. We just gonna pick that game just because it's Monday night.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick the Steelers.
Oh, I thought you were gonna take the Giants. It
Joke's
would
on you, buddy.
it would make sense with the rest of your picks.
I think I'm gonna come out victorious this week.
All right. I got the Steelers as well.
Okay.
And hey, Steelers looks like they made the right choice. We talked about that, and he looked good. They look good.
Man, and in the beginning, which is expected, but Russell looked horrible. The first few minutes of the game? I mean, there was some plays like, oh my God, what was that? They didn't practice that. They clearly didn't practice that play. And then there was at one point where Justin was on the sidelines getting warmed up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh man, So, and then all of a sudden, Russell just started pulling rabbits out the hat, right? And he clearly throws a better deep ball than
Yeah.
Justin. There was one play he threw it deep, and it was they got a pass interference out the play. So I was able to watch that game. Russell Wilson, he just got it, man. He just got that it. He's going to pull out some wins, and he gave that offense life. Some of those plays, Justin would have just took off.
Yeah.
Running, or we know how athletic he is. He's a great athlete, but there was some that Russell could have took off, and he threw a sidearm throw to get it out of there, or he just scrambled until someone got open. And those are the things that Justin cannot do. I don't want to say can't do, but he doesn't do it.
Right.
So
one of the biggest things I noticed, and they had talked about in the game. I don't know if you remember, there was a little fade corner route that Russell threw in the back of the end zone. That they basically said Fields can't do that.
Right.
I mean, everything he throws is more of a rocket, and he doesn't have that little touch that he can just throw over the defender's head like that. And I think that's the biggest difference right there.
Yeah, touch on the ball from a quarterback is huge, man. I mean, it's huge in their game. If you can't put that touch and just kind of put it exactly there, or float it right over there in this corner for the fade, or you shooting yourself in the foot if you can't make those plays.
Right.
But there is no quarterback Name me one quarterback that comes out of Ohio State and wins outside of C.J. Stroud. He's an exception. But when
Mm-hmm.
you go down the quarterback list that come from out of Ohio State, man, they don't come in the league, tearing it up.
Yeah. But yeah, like you said, besides CJ Stroud, I can't think of one.
Yeah, yeah. So they got he's definitely an exception to the rule for the quarterbacks to come out of Ohio State.
Yeah. Yeah.
They kill it with running backs, receivers, offensive linemen, some defensive players here and there, but yeah, quarterback is not it. If you looking to start your franchise with a quarterback, I wouldn't go to Ohio State.
Right.
Oh, there was some other NFL news this weekend. Oh, Deshaun Watson.
Oh yeah. Tore his Achilles, ruptured Achilles.
Yeah, man. I mean, he was in tears leaving the field, and the crowd, the fans, whoa,
They said they were
chanting things like, "Yeah, you deserve it," and
yeah.
get out of here. And I mean, God,
Yeah, that's
I
just
mean,
classless. Just classless.
it is regardless of how bad or good his play was, man. You don't do that. That wasn't right, man. I really felt bad for the guy.
Yeah. And yeah, that was complete disrespect, and I hated to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was watching ESPN, and Damian Woody, he was the only one that was saying, if his quarterback play had been exceptional, he wouldn't have heard those type of chants. Well, I mean, yeah, you probably right. I mean, you are right. Yeah, if he was having a good season, they wouldn't have did what they did. But it's really not about that at this point. I mean, it's the guy' health is on the line. You don't want to cheer a guy onto his injury. That's like you said, that's classless.
Yeah, you never want to see that. Like I said, that's more personal. And like I said, if he was really playing bad, then be mad at the coach for not benching him. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean,
Right.
in NFL, these coaches can lose their job after making the AFC Championship the year or the year prior. They're out there trying to win games. So I mean, he obviously thought that was his best option to win the games. So,
Right.
I mean, but if you're mad that he's in there and struggling, then be mad at the head coach for not pulling him. But do not cheer somebody hurting themselves.
Yeah. And everybody, I'm not a Detroit fan, but if golf went down or one of y'all star players and I'm watching the game, I'm sitting there like, oh man, yeah, I don't like to see nobody get hurt. Who wants to see somebody get hurt?
Right.
Especially your franchise player. You know what I mean? God, dog. I don't think the only fan base that's worse than that is Philadelphia. And, Philadelphia got some. Ooh, they got they boo you even if you from Philly. So
City of brotherly love, man. City of brotherly love.
Man. Yeah. They don't care.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, that's wild. Like I said, I don't get it. That's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. I mean, I'm offended by it as a fan of the game. So I just don't like to see it. I would be embarrassed if I was a Cleveland Browns fan, and that's what my fan base is doing.
Right. To switch back to the NBA really quick, I seen that Joel Embiid will not play in back-to-back games.
I was literally just a few minutes ago reading a post about that, and it sounds like the NBA is going to be doing a little investigation on that.
It goes right back to my original statement. Joke.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
How is it? Forgive me, but how is it that the athletes of back in the day, the 80s and 90s, were able to play through this schedule, and these players that they say are so much bigger, stronger, faster, more talented, more skilled, how come they can't get through a whole season?
and with so much more support and recovery techniques and everything. Like, so I don't get it either.
Oh my God! I, forgive me if I'm wrong, but out of the 14 seasons that MJ played, I think he only missed one or two 82 game seasons, right? Where he didn't play the whole 82 games. I think one was 81 or another one was like 78. I mean, he played every game.
Yeah, and wanted to play every game. Like I said, I mean,
Right. It was a time where LeBron and them was petitioning to have a shorter NBA season.
yeah,
And they making more money.
like considerably more money.
Man, I just
I mean, you got role players that are making more in a season than Michael Jordan made in his whole career.
it's ridiculous.
You know?
It's ridiculous. You know, that was one thing I admired about Kobe. I mean, we admire them all because they played, but he actually said it out of his mouth. You know, like I got fans that's saving up their money to get these tickets to come and watch me play. You know, at the least I can do is get on the court. You know how mad I'd be if I spent $200-300 on the ticket to go and watch my favorite player, and he just saying, "Oh, I'm not playing tonight."
Can you imagine like taking the philosophy and telling Michael Jordan back in the day or Kobe Bryant back in the day about load management?
The closest they came to that is that and this was during the championship years when Jordan was older. Most of the time when they had the game won, you know, they had to sit on the bench for the fourth quarter and they'd be icing their knees.
Right.
You know, but they started that game.
Right.
And played.
Until it was comfortable. Until they were comfortably in the lead. Or comfortably trailing. I mean, either way, but Jordan's the kind though that if they're comfortably trailing, he still thinks he can win. You know what I mean?
Right. So these players, especially the coach of the Lakers, JJ Redick, him and Draymond Green, I mean, they don't want to give any credit to the players before them. They think this is the best of the best, the cream of the crop. You know, those teams can't beat us. I mean, Draymond Green called our era dial-up internet. He said they were high speed. That they are high speed internet.
Draymond Green was a bum. I mean, did you see him that year where Steph and Klay Thompson were both injured? Guess what he was doing? Not a goddamn thing. It was like Barkley used to say, averaging a single.
Yeah, I mean he's a great complimentary player. Draymond Green is not someone you're going to build your team around. No. You know, he has to be on a team with great players around him.
Yep.
You know, I just hate the way they disrespect the talent before them, man. You know, like Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, he said, you know, Jordan was the only one that has skill. I mean, that was such a crass statement.
Yeah.
Like, man, really?
Yeah.
What the? I don't understand how I know more NBA than these guys. Y'all, and you should know the history of your craft.
Mm-hmm.
You should know that. You shouldn't come out making those type of statements. But Magic Johnson got him good. I said you need to win something first before you start talking about, what we did. Win something, So
Who'd he say that about?
Anthony Edwards,
Oh, okay.
Minnesota. Yeah.
Yeah. It,
Yeah.
I
So
wanna.
I mean,
I got a new little thing I want to do with you. So I want
okay.
you to, without me telling you who this player is, I want you to tell me whether this person deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Okay, just by stats. All
Okay.
right. So
What sport?
it's basketball. It's basketball.
Okay. All right.
So uh, they won 2 finals. So they have 2 championships,
Okay.
2 finals MVPs. They have a season MVP. They have a defensive player of the year, 9 scoring titles, 3 steals titles,
That's a Hall of Famer.
3 all defensive teams.
That's a Hall of Famer.
You think so?
I think so.
I think so easily too. You want to know what that is?
Who?
That is just the stats that Jordan has more than LeBron James.
That's everything that he has more than LeBron too.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
without question.
He has a full Hall of Fame career more than LeBron James in 5 less seasons.
Wow. Go over it again. Say it again.
Two championships,
2 championships.
2 final MVPs,
Okay.
1 season MVP, 1 defensive player of the year,
Yep.
9
3
scoring
steals.
titles,
9 scoring titles. Okay.
3 steals, and 3 all defensive teams.
And LeBron hasn't come close to that.
Because that's the difference. I mean, and like I said, in less seasons.
And what is LeBron on? Year 23 or something now?
This year 22. But he did break a record last night though. Most missed shots. All-time missed shots. He broke that record last night.
Wow. I mean, that alone, for you to be in year 23 and you still chasing a guy that played 14 and people have the nerve to say he's better than.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Right.
That is such a.
I knew that.
That is
I
such
knew that
an
would get you. I knew that'd
that's
get you.
just, man, that's such an insult. That's such an insult to say LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan is an insult, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I heard Stephen A. Smith say today that he has LeBron James number 2 all time behind Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
You only saying that because of you only saying that because of his longevity.
Yeah.
That's it.
Which is impressive, but doesn't all of a sudden make you the greatest.
You never heard. How can I say this? Because older people did consider this player the GOAT at one point, but it wasn't an ongoing conversation. And that's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Mm-hmm.
As great as he was, how many times did you get in an argument with somebody saying he was the greatest player ever? And you have one of the main arguments that LeBron fans say, well, he's the all-time leading scorer. Help me out with that.
Right.
Kareem held that record for how many years?
It's been like 30.
I mean, come on. And nobody ever said, well, Kareem had more points than Jordan. He the all-time leading scorer. He the best.
Right.
But because LeBron did it, that automatically puts him You know, above. It's not even an argument worth having. It's
Yeah.
really not. He's
Yeah.
not a better defender than Mike. He's not a better scorer than Mike. He ain't got more championships than Mike. He didn't change the game like Mike. He's not a global icon like Mike. He don't have shoes like Mike. I- I- you want me to keep going? I mean, that's just off the top of my head.
I mean, there's a legitimate argument that Steph Curry has changed the game more than LeBron James has.
Absolutely. I heard somebody say before, it wasn't too long ago, if you want to know who changed the game, go to the playgrounds,
You
go
know,
to AAU tournaments.
you know,
When we was coming up, even if you couldn't play, if you wasn't a good basketball player, you tried to go out on the playground and do a move that Michael Jordan did. He was that good. You like, man, did you see that, man? He held it up like this. Then he came around over here. Man, he went up there. You know, you got the tongue out and everything, man. And just, what does LeBron do that you want to go out on the court and do?
okay.
I mean, really, what his game is not impressive to me. He's pretty boring. He's almost like a Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan was not exciting to watch. I'm not gonna put him that low, but what I'm saying is that Michael Jordan kept you glued to your seat. Like you didn't want to move. Like, man, you were scared you was going to miss something. With LeBron, I can go and make a sandwich, make a drink,
Right.
either beverage, go use the bathroom, and then come back and nothing has changed. That wasn't the case with Michael Jordan. His misses were good.
Yeah.
His
No,
losses were good.
yeah. I got some. Yeah, I got some. I 100% agree. Like I said, and now
Yeah.
when you go to the playground, everybody's shooting threes like Steph Curry. So
Yeah. And not just threes. They want to shoot from half court.
right, deep threes. Like I said, I have to yell at my kids all the time when my kids go out there on the basketball court. First thing they're doing is shooting threes. And it's like, no, 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 no.
Right. Right.
Bust.
Right. And I don't agree with that style of basketball either, but I mean he has other kids wanting to do it. So shooting a ball from half court is not basketball to me. I don't care if you make it or not. It's like, and you just take a couple of dribbles and just shoot from 50 feet out. It's like, man, but hey, it's exciting. Everybody say he's the best shooter created, so I can't argue that. But LeBron does not. He doesn't do that.
Well, hey, I hate to cut us short, but my boy's got a football game tonight, so I got to get going.
All right. What's who y'all playing tonight?
Playing Napoleon, which is their rival. Columbia Central versus Napoleon. That's their rival. So it's the
Okay.
last game of the year too. So
Ah, yeah. You need to get to that.
yeah, he's stoked. So I'll give you an update on that one. Hopefully,
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
text me.
We got the W.
Okay.
All right. You wanna lead us out?
Yeah, thanks for tuning in again. Go fight in the Lion Eye. But yeah, be sure to check us out on all platforms. Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, you name it, we own it. So please check us out. Continue to support us. Tune in to us every week. We are dropping an episode every week, so we hope you guys are enjoying it just as much as we are. We love you guys. Stay tuned.
For sure. Like, subscribe, and share, guys. Until
All
next
right.
week. See you guys.
Later.